Hi everyone, good morning. So we'll be looking at arm balances. If you have blocks with you, make sure that they're nearby so you can use them. It's about 35 degrees or so here, so good luck. I'm trying to be in the shade as much as possible, and I have a towel just in case things get too sweaty. So we're just going to wait a few moments just for other people to join in. And as always, if you have any questions or you wanted to, ask me to do a specific arm balance or anything like that, just write in the comment section and I'll have a little look. How is everyone today? How are you guys feeling? Let me know. I want to make this as interactive as possible because then it makes it a little bit more fun for everyone instead of sort of being, always taught to. Has anyone been practicing arm balances at all? The weather, yeah. Well, in England, it started raining again, I heard. It's crazy how the weather can actually affect your mood so badly. Because now that I'm back in Greece, it's almost like, I don't know, I'm in quarantine, so it's not like I'm doing anything too different than what I was doing before. But even the fact that it's sunny just, makes you feel so much better. Let me know if you can't hear me as well, or you can't see me, things like that. And my internet is a bit unreliable, so fingers crossed that it works well. So if you have blocks, you can sit on them if you want. And then you can cross your legs in front of you, releasing the knees out towards the side and down. You can cup the knees with the palms if you want. Stand nice and tall. Start to deepen your breathing. Gently tuck the chin into the chest a tiny bit, just so your neck is nice and long. Good. Just taking a moment to ground here. So this is going to be quite challenging. We're gonna sweat a lot, probably. So, just do your best. Good. Start to take a couple of circles with the shoulders up and back. And the other way. Also, if you're tired at any point, feel free to take a break. You don't have to just keep pushing it. Just making sure that you guys know. Perfect. And then when you're ready, bring the arms up above the head. Externally rotate the shoulders so the pinkies are facing towards each other and the insides of the elbows. Good, stand nice and tall. See if you can lift higher up, any amount at all. Activating the arms. Nice. And slowly release. Awesome. So we're going to bring the blocks towards the one side of the mat. Just having a quick look at the chat. Hey Tanvi. So we only just started, by the way, you guys, so you haven't missed out on anything. So if you have blocks, any kinds of blocks, even the ones that are round, just have them by your sides. We're going to be using them today. So we're going to come to standing on the back end of the mat. Feet out together. Shoulders relaxed away from the ears. Lift up on the kneecaps so you're engaging the quads. Palms are facing forward. Inhale, take the arms above the head, look up. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back, look forward. And exhale, fold. So we're going to walk it out with the palms to a plank. And hold. And then from here, protract the shoulder blades. So basically, almost like rounding the upper back. I don't know if you can see that. So instead of me being sort of here, I'm really pushing away. So the highest point in my body right now is my mid back there. And holding. 3, 2, 1, and come to your downward facing dog. So pushing back. So you want the hips to be nice and high. Press down on the palms and the finger pads. You can pedal the feet out. Since you also have your blocks, feel free to use them if you want a little bit more height, and that can help you to press the heels down. So it just gives you, a little bit more space. Good. And then slowly, we're going to walk it back to a forward fold. Inhale, flat back, look forward. And exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up, gaze between the palms. And exhale, release. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back, look forward. And exhale, release. Start to walk it forward to a plank, same thing. Again, protract the shoulder blades. Good. And hold, tuck the tailbone under. Good, press down, you got this. 3, 2, 1, and when you're ready, walking it back. Making your way to downward facing dog. Use the blocks if you need. Take a moment here. Good. And slowly walk the palms towards the feet. Inhale, flat back, look forward. And exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up, gaze between the palms. And exhale, release. Just having a quick check. Hey, Laura. Just having a quick check. Perfect. Okay. So then for the next one, get ready. We're going to have the blocks. So set yourselves up to a plank with the palms on the blocks. Okay. We're going to start off easy. So left foot is going to come to the outside of the left arm. And then start to rock it forward and back. So I'll give you a moment to set up and meet me here. Please message as well. Let me know if you can hear me or not. If you have any questions, anything at all. Let's make this interactive. Forward and back. Nice. Back to plank. And hold. And now the right leg outside of the right palm. And walk it forward and back. So feel free to obviously, grab hold of the ankle and bring the foot forward if you feel that your foot is getting stuck a little bit further back. Nice. And back to a plank. And now let's speed it up. So left foot, gaze forward, a little bit of an arch with the upper back. Good, and plank. And right foot, little arch, bring that chest through the arms. Good, and plank. And left foot, gaze forward, a little bit of an arch. And plank. And right foot, gaze forward and arch. And plank, hold your plank. Okay, get ready for this one. It's going to be dynamic. So we're going to jump the left leg on the outside of the left palm, then jump switching to the right foot outside of the right palm. Ready? And jump left, jump right, jump left, jump right, jump left, jump right, jump left, jump right. One more, jump left, jump right, hold your plank. 3, 2, 1, take a child's pose. So if you have your palms on the blocks, you can get a bit of a shoulder stretch. So that's just a bit extra. Relax the forehead down and the hips to the heels. Good. Coming back to your plank. Okay. So this time we're going to step the right foot outside, sorry, the left foot. I can't even distinguish left from right. The left foot on the outside of the left palm, and then the right foot on the outside of the right palm, and then sit low. You can also release if you want. Palms back down, right foot back, and then left foot back, plank. Okay, other side. Right foot on the outside of the right palm, left foot on the outside of the left palm. Sit low. If you want, release the arms. Palms back down, left foot back, right foot back. Okay, we're going to speed it up. Right, left, lift, down, right, left, plank. Left, right, lift, down, left, right, plank. Deep breath in, exhale, sigh it out. Okay, you can either stick to that or we're going to jump forward and back. When you're ready, jump into a squat, lift, down, and plank. Inhale, exhale, jump forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down, plank. Inhale here. Exhale, jump forward, lift. Inhale. Exhale, palms down, plank. Inhale. Exhale, forward. And holding here into your squat. 3, 2, 1. And extend the arms. The legs, sorry, and the arms down. So now the toes are going to be facing towards the front of the mat. You can take the blocks a little bit further forward. So I'll move a little bit down. So it's almost like a downward facing dog, but your feet are wider than the mat. And then from here, if you have your blocks, place your palms on top of them, coming into this sort of puppy, downward facing dog hybrid thing. Releasing the neck and the head. You can keep a micro bend on the knees if you want. Pushing the hips back and up. Melting the chest down towards the mat. Take a couple of deep breaths here. Good. Just quickly checking the chat. Thanks, Laura. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Okay, awesome. So then bring your blocks forward. Inhale, flat back, look forward. You can use the blocks or you can come higher up to you. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up, gaze between the palms. And exhale, release. So you should be feeling quite warmed up already. Let me know if you need more of a warm-up. I'm just keeping tabs on the time. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to start preparing for a crow. So take your time with this one. So we're going to have the palms on the blocks, and then the toes are going to be pointing a little bit towards the sides, and then we're going to squat down and extend the legs up, sending the hips, relaxing the head. Squat down, gaze forward, as low as you can, and then release. Good, take it at your own pace. Good, just keeping it dynamic here. Good, give me a couple more. Nice, awesome job. Okay, you can wiggle the hips from side to side if you want. So, if you're new to crow, let me show you actually very quickly what it looks like. So you'd come almost in a squat position, and then you're trying to bring the knees as high up onto the insides of the arm as possible. And then you lean forward. I'll show you. You lean forward, and then you can lift one leg then the other, and you bend the elbows, almost like chaturanga arms. So if you're new, it's easier to hug the knees on the outside of the arm and then to squeeze in. So you have this sort of friction between the arm and the knee. So it would look like so, right? And the other thing, once you're up there, you're squeezing the feet into the bum, right? So you should be feeling also the hamstrings and the glutes working. If you're quite new, you can have your blocks here, and you can use them in two ways. The first way is to give yourself some height so your feet are already higher up, and it's easier then to lean forward and engage the core. Because if you're on the floor, your core is working even harder to bring those legs up. So that's one way that you can use the blocks. The other way would be in front of you. If you're scared of falling forward, then you have the blocks, and you can just sort of relax the forehead down whenever you feel that you're going to fall. So two ways there. You can also use a cushion if you prefer something softer. The other important thing is, once you're up there, your gaze, your dristi, is in front of you a little bit. So still down on the mat, but a little bit, if you have your palms down, it's almost like you're forming a triangle, and your gaze is on that front tip, if that makes sense. Okay? So just having a quick look at the chat. Awesome. Let's give it a go. So choose your variation. I'm going to show you how to use the blocks anyways. So I'm just going to have them on the back. If you know how to do crow, this is your time to be practicing it. And then I'm going to have my feet almost as if I'm in a squat. Palms forward, very nice wide base as always. Then from here, lifting the hips high and up, bringing the knees on the insides of the arms, bending the arms to 90 degrees, gazing forward. Then I can work on lifting one leg and the other, or I can work with both. And then squeezing the heels into the bum and holding here. And you can come back down, catch your breath. You can, straighten the legs, coming back down, and whatever movements you like to do. And then I'll show you with the blocks in the front. So keep practicing in your own time. And then from here, same thing, I'm going to do it on the other side. So the knees on the outside of the arms, squeezing in, again lifting one leg and then the other, bending here. And then let's say that I'm about to fall, I can sort of work with the blocks to come back up. Oops, I almost actually fell there. It's so hot, I'm sweating really badly. Okay, how are you guys finding that so far? Are these quite easy drills, or you want more time to work on them? Let me know. Is there any arm balance you'd like to learn today? I was thinking of going through 8 angle pose and side crow, and maybe even flying pigeon or flying lizard. I'm not sure what I'm feeling. Let me know if there's anything you wanted to learn, and I can help you out with some drills and tips for those ones. Okay, have you had enough of crows? Would you like to do a side crow? So for this side crow, it's the same sort of situation. Having a quick look at the chat. Flying pigeon. Going 1. Going 2, just joking. Hey Lara. So let's do a side crow because we're doing crows, and then I'll go into flying pigeon for sure. So in terms of your side crow, so it's the same sort of situation in terms of your arms being 90 degrees and then that sort of engagement of the core, but this time you're twisting. So I'll show you what it looks like very quickly, then we're going to warm up for it and then attempt it, okay? So side crow, I would come into my chair, nice and low, heels are down on the mat, and then I can still wiggle my toes and look at my toes, so my weight is towards the heels of the feet. From here, palms together, twisting towards one side, and as you can see, I'm not sort of, sat there for dear life. I'm twisting from my core. And then I'm just putting my right elbow on the outside of the left knee, and then I can come to the tiptoes if needed to come a little bit lower to the ground. Palms nice and wide towards the side. Then from here, coming forward, and you can lift 1 or 2 legs up. So that is your side crow. If that's easy and you've been practicing this, you can come here and then try to extend the legs, or one or the other. I'm sweating and I'm slipping everywhere now. But you can work with different variations if the side crow, the plain one, is easy. So let's all have the blocks near us. Come to the front of your mat and meet me in chair. So feet together. When you're ready, we're going to sweep the arms up and sit low, almost like you're sitting in a chair. Shoulders away from the ears. Arms are externally rotated, so the pinkies are facing each other and the insides of the elbows. Nice. Palms together in prayer. Inhale here. Exhale, twist towards the left. Use your core. We're not leaning down just yet. We're just twisting. Deep breaths. Inhale back to center. And exhale towards the left. Check your knees. Are they moving or are they in the same line? So you're still trying to keep them on the same line. Inhale back to center. And exhale, twist left. Maybe go a little bit further down. Inhale, center. Twist right. Come a little bit lower. Maybe hook the arm on the outside of the knee. Inhale, center. And exhale, relax, coming into forward fold. Bend one knee then the other. Relax. Good. Okay, what do you guys say? Shall we attempt it? Shall we do it? So, if you want to use your blocks, again, you can, if we're twisting towards the left, you can have them in a diagonal on the left side. So a little bit behind you, because think about it, if I'm twisting this side, I'd want to be able to place my head on the blocks there and work there. Or if you feel that you need more height, you can already have your blocks come into your chair on top of the blocks and then go from there. Does that make sense? I'm going to have a look on the chat. Does that make sense to everyone, yeah? Yes, no, give me a thumbs up. Yeah? So, find your variation. So I'm going to show you with both. So I'm going to have my feet on the blocks for this one. And then feet together. When you're ready, inhale, sweep the arms up, sit low to a chair. So again, you should be able to look towards your big toes. Nice and low, good. Bring the arms towards the heart center. Inhale here. And exhale, twisting towards the left. Good. So hooking the outside of the right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Good. And then from here, we're going to come to the balls of the feet, come lower, try to reach with the palms, nice wide base again, towards the floor. And then from here, again, the gaze is the same, the tip of the imaginary triangle. Lean forward, see if you can lift the outer leg up first, then the left. Squeeze the legs between each other, really squeeze them together, and see if you can find a balance. And whenever you're tired, you can release. And I'm having a quick look. Hey, Julian. Oh. Okay, so what else is working in that one? So it is also a twist. It's also, you know, how low you can go, so ankle mobility. So then from here, when you're leaning forward, it's also your arm strength and your left obliques. They're the ones squeezing and working for you to keep your legs in. So it's a good thing to break down the poses in your mind and see what you're working with and see how you can improve with, you know, with all those different steps. So let's do it on the other side. I'm going to have my blocks a little bit further back this time, just so I can show you what you can do if you have them as a cushion. Coming to the front of the mat, feet together. When you're ready, inhale, sit nice and low in the chair. Take a moment here. Good. Inhale, palms to heart center. And exhale, twisting towards the right. Hook the left elbow on the outside of the right knee. Take a moment here. Come down towards the balls of the feet. Place the palms. You can rearrange the blocks if needed. And then from here, we're going to start leaning forward. See if you can lift the one leg, then the other. And then you can use the blocks to help you stabilize here. Squeeze the legs together. Good. Nice open chest, try not to collapse in. And once you've had enough, you can release to forward fold and relax the upper body. Just checking the chat again. Thank you. That's so nice of you to say. How's everyone doing? Are you guys sweating? I know I am in this heat as well. So that is your side crow very briefly. So the other one that we can have a look at is flying lizard. Flying pigeon is going to be on. So Kushbu, for you, you'll be there soon. Okay, so coming into your plank, I'll wait here so you can meet me. And then from here, bring the left leg on the outside of your left palm, coming into lizard pose. Relax the right knee down. And from here, try to bring the chest through. So it's almost like a little arch, almost like, you know, when you're doing cat-cows, almost like that sensation. Take a couple of nice breaths. It's nice to stay still, isn't it? Good. See if you can come down to your forearms. So I'm using my blocks, so feel free to do the same. So you want the knee to be straight from the ankle as well. So you don't want to be collapsing with your chest in, but imagine that you're pulling the chest through. Shoulders away from the ears. Good. Slowly walk yourself back up, tucking the back toes under, coming into your high lizard. So for this one, for flying lizard, I'll show you what it looks like. So if you're flexible enough, what you'd be doing is you'd have your arm right underneath the knee. And then from here, you'd extend the front leg, arms in chaturanga, so 90 degree, and you'd be flying here. So, how to work for that? If you don't have the flexibility of the hamstring, what I would suggest is, instead of extending this leg, having it almost like a crow, right? So your leg would still be on the outside of the left arm, but this time I'm going to lean forward, arms in 90 degrees, press this knee into the arm, and then I'm going to lean forward and bend, and then I can work on lifting here. So that can be a good variation. So you can either use the blocks how I did, just to give you some height, or if the leg is the issue and the hip, I would use it just for that leg. I'll show you now and then give you some time to work on it. So I'd have my foot there, my arms would be down on the mat, and then already, if you can see, that knee is really high up onto my shoulder. I don't have to work hard to bring, to go lower. So then from here, the gaze is again on that imaginary tip of the triangle in front of you, bending the elbows in, almost like a tricep press up, and then squeezing that knee, lifting that leg, and trying to find the balance here. So you're squeezing the knee into the arm, and then you can come back up. So again, you should be feeling the obliques working, squeezing everything in. So I'll give you some time to try that one out. And don't forget that you can also use the blocks as a pillow in front of you. So if your hip is and your hamstring, they're fine, you can always work and try to balance and use this one as a pillow. So I have a little look in the chat. Thanks so much. How are you doing, Zach? I saw your emoji. How's everyone doing, all right? Have you been giving them a go? Tanvi, you? How's it going? So I'll give you a little bit more time and I'll show you the extended version again. So I'll be here in my lizard, bringing that arm underneath the knee, and then the palm where my foot was, extending the leg forward first, and then bending the arms down, and then you can try to lift the back toes under, squeezing the leg into that arm. If you've had enough, come to your child's pose, take a moment here. Relax the arms, maybe you can have the palms facing up, and relax the forehead down onto the mat. Catch your breath. And slowly walk the palms so you can come back to kneeling. Awesome job, okay? Let's do the same on the other side. Having a quick look on the chat. I'm so glad you like it. Oh, perfect, you guys. I'm glad. Okay, let's do the same. Before the sun comes onto my mount and then I'm really sweating. So I'm gonna have my palms on the blocks, coming into my plank. Take a moment here, press back with the heels of the feet, and then around the upper back, tucking the tailbone under. Good. Then from here, right leg on the outside of the right palm. You can move forward and back if you feel like it. Good. And whenever you feel like this is, right, you can release the left knee down to the mat. And then from here, shoulders back and away from the ears, and try to bring the chest forward. Baby arch. Nice. Come down on the forearms if that's accessible. If not, use the blocks, get some height. So just relaxing here. Try to keep everything soft, so even the arms, even the space between the eyebrows. Keep bringing the chest forward, opening the right hip. Check that your knee is in line with the ankle. Good. Okay, let's give it a go. So for the first one that I'll do, I'm going to use the blocks. So up to you what you'd like to do. I'm going to have my leg bent. So from here, I'm going to tuck the back toes under, bring the knee up. And then what I'll do is lean forward slightly, bend the knees to 90 degrees, bring the knee as close to my right shoulder as possible, and then try to squeeze the knee into the arm, lift that leg up, bending at the knee, and then you can bend and stay here, or you can extend the back leg, or if you have a block behind you, you can sort of step away from the block there. So give it a go. Again, don't forget you can use the blocks as your cushion, or you can use it for your leg, which I'll be doing now. Just having a quick check. Nice. So for my next one, I'm going to have my right foot on top of the block. So it's going to be on the outside again of my palms. And then from here, again, my knee is already high up on top of, right next to my right arm. And then I'm just gonna come to my tippy toes, lean forward, bending a tiny bit with the arms, squeeze that knee in, lean. And you can come up here. So you can give that variation a go as well. And I'm just going to do a full one here, so I'm just gonna turn around so you can have a little look as well if you wanted. So from my lizard, bringing that arm underneath the knee, the palm where the foot was, extending that leg first, then leaning forward, bending the arms and lifting the leg behind. So keep having a play around if you want. And if you've had enough, you can always come down to child's pose. So I'll give you a little bit more time, and then we'll move on to another arm balance. So I know it's a little bit quick. It's hard to go through, lots of different arm balances in the space, of tops an hour. But if there's anything that you'd want me to do a tutorial on, I can do that for YouTube, and that can be more specific, so you can let me know. So you can move the hips from side to side as I'm doing if you want. Up to you, any movements that feel good. Having a look on the chat. Good morning. Whew. Okay, so this was flying lizard. And then we have some time to do flying pigeon. So Kushbu for you. So what is flying pigeon? So for this one, you want external rotation of the hip, because you want to be able to come to figure 4. So I'll show you first and then we'll get into it together. So you want figure 4, flexing on that foot, coming down to your chair. So you should be feeling that stretch here, palms together. Then from here, I'm gonna show you like so. From here, you'd be leaning down. As you can see, my foot is flexed. It's going to come high up onto that arm as possible, right? Because if it's flexing and you're also pushing with that arm, that's how it's gonna be stable. Then you want your palms down. The other elbow here is going to have that left knee on top. So coming down to the ball of the foot, and I'll show you from the side now. There, and then you can lean, and then you can release. You can even extend. So when you're extending, you're pressing, so you keep flexing on this foot, right? And then you have this knee there, basically. And then you keep pressing this leg on the backs of the arms. So the more that you press in, the more you have the leverage to then extend the back leg. So I hope that makes sense. It doesn't really click until you sort of try it, okay? So what we'll do for this one, we'll come down to seated first. So extending, so we're gonna have the left knee coming straight from the left hip, shin parallel to the mat. And then you want the ankle in line with the left knee, flexing the left toes. So this is sort of your figure 4 stance. The other leg, so we're gonna have the right knee where the left foot is, right ankle in line with the right knee, flexing the back toes as well. And then from here, if this is sort of easy, you can start to fold forward. So you should be feeling this hip here. The other hip is internally rotating. And then from here, again, do the same like we did before, a baby arch with the spine, okay? So you're not just sort of rounding down. Deep breaths. Good. So if you feel you'd like to stay here, stay here. If you want a bit more, I'm just going to walk my palms towards the left as far as it feels sort of comfortable, and then relax here. It's nice to have those moments to breathe. Good, walk the palms back to center. Nice, and walk it back up. And then from here, we're just going to rock the knees to the other side and rock forward. So we're not changing anything, we're just rocking forward and back and rock if possible. If you need to bring the arms down, go for it. I'm just trying to do it without touching. Good. Perfect. And then setting up for the other side. So right knee in line with the right hip, the shin parallel to the mat, right ankle in line with the right knee. I can't even speak. Flex the left foot, and then you want the left knee sort of in line with the right foot, left ankle in line with the right knee, left foot flexed. I did it. I don't know why it's so hard. So this is my bad side, so I don't know if you can tell, but this knee now isn't coming down, and I can really feel that left hip, because my left hip doesn't internally rotate very well. So, you know, one side might be very different to the other. So you can sort of work here. If it's really uncomfortable and you have your block, you can always sort of relax there, and you can always place another block a little bit there just to keep you sort of stable. So you can work with your props as well. And then from here, if you want, you can slowly fold forward. So again, a couple of breaths. Good. You can stay here, or you can walk your palms towards the right with me as far as you can, just getting a bit of a twist in and sort of releasing down to forms if that's accessible. Remember about that little arch. I love how this one feels. I don't know about you guys. Good. And walk it back to center, and then walk it back out. And again, moving the knees side to side like before. If you want, you know, help yourself stay upright with the arms if you want. Just a couple, just to get some movement in. Good. And then from here, taking a figure four. So I'm going to cross the left foot on top of the right thigh, flexing that foot, bringing the right knee down, the right foot down, and then I'm just going to keep sending that left hip outwards very gently. You can even massage it there. Just massage it out, so very gently. Good. And then you can have your palms behind you and sort of puff the chest forward, shoulders back. So if this is, you know, too much, you can always bring that right foot a little bit further away from you. And if you want a bit more, you can bring it closer in. So the aim would be to have your chest to your left shin. Good. Deep breaths, almost there. And release. So wiggle the feet out. And let's do the other side. So figure four. So the right foot is going to flex and it's going to be on top of the left knee. And then step the left foot close in as possible, wherever it feels more comfortable. And then same thing here. So just sort of gently massaging the top of the right thigh outwards. Okay, just so you can open up. Very gently. We're not touching the knee at all. It's the thigh. And then placing the palms back down, puff the chest forward, shoulders back and away. Deep breaths. Good. And release. And again, a little bit of a shake. Okay, last arm balance here, you guys. Let's give it a go. So, feel free to also use your blocks if you want. Up to you. So how I would use this. So because you'd want to be sort of here, again, if this is too much for the hamstring and the hip, you can always stand on the blocks. So when you come here, you're higher up. As you can see, my right leg is bent now, so I don't have to rely on my leg being straight and the hamstring flexibility. So I'm gonna show you this first. Let me just come a little bit back so you can see me, okay? So feet will be on my blocks. And then from here, I'm going to bend down to my chair. So feel free to follow along, by the way. So in my chair, lifting, so putting the weight on the right foot, slowly lifting the left leg. And then you can either help it or it might go on its own to figure 4. Flex the left foot and then sink low. So if this is, quite painful, maybe you should stay and work here, right? And if you think, oh, I can go a little bit lower, then that flex foot is going to come to the outside of the right arm, and then that knee is going to come sort of on top of that left sort of elbow. And then I'm just going to come forward, start to bend the arms to a 90-degree angle, and I might literally just stay here and just see how that feels. Try to bring the knee and the foot a little bit higher up, or I might try to keep lifting the back foot, or I can push the knee and the foot in front and then try to push the right leg back. So let me do that one very quickly. It's just, it's so hot, I'm sweating, so I couldn't stay there for long. So play with your variation here. So if I'm really pressing into my arms, I can then extend the right leg. So I'll give you some time to play around with this side, and then we'll move on to the other side. Now remember, you can have the blocks as a cushion, you can use them for your arms as well. So see what works for you and give that one a go. And I'll have a look at the chat. I'm so glad, you guys. I hope this is helping you, Khushbu, with your fly pigeon. So have a little play around. If you've had enough, feel free to come down to your child's pose. Relax everything there for a moment, rounding the back a bit. Catch your breath. Good. So having a quick look at the chat again, really sorry. Perfect. I'm so glad, you guys. Okay, other side, and then you're good to go for the day. I know it's a pain in the ass. It was exhausting today, I know. Okay, so I'm gonna use it for my feet again. So again, feel free to put the blocks wherever you want. I'm going to step on top of my blocks. Find your nice grounded position. Mentally prepare yourselves for this. Last one, guys, last one. Okay, sweep the arms up above the head, sit low. Okay, so bring your weight on top of the on your left leg, and then lift the right leg, and I'm gonna help mine to come to figure 4. So like I said earlier, if this is enough, work here, and sending the hip bones sort of back and up. So you can literally just work here, and working at touching the chest to the shin. So you can stay here, or flexing that right foot. We're going to keep the tension going with the left upper arm, And then the right knee on top of the right upper arm, leaning forward, gazing forward as well. And then again, you can work with finding your balance here, or you can press into the arms, sending about leg back. It's up to you. So I'll give you a moment here again to play around while I catch my breath, because it's 36 degrees and I'm melting. So give it a go. You can always have your block behind you instead. So let's say that I had my block here, and I'm then, I'll be here, figure 4, coming down. So then I could literally have my foot there and work there. Or you can have that block in front to then sort of help you out with the bounce with the head, or even on your palms, just so you can have a bit more height so you can push down on the ground. So take your time, give it a couple of good goes. Any questions, feel free to ask me as well. Nice, guys. Honestly, well done. I know it was quite difficult from the very beginning, so you should be proud. And you know, these things just come with time. Like, I know you've probably heard this millions of times, but when I first started doing yoga, downward facing dog was my enemy. It was so hard, my arms were shaking, you know, my core. So imagine doing arm balances, you know? It will come to you in time. Just keep on working, being consistent, and you know, don't worry. Okay, so let's take a nice comfortable seated position now, all together. So however you'd like to do that. Sit nice and tall. Close the eyes. Deepen your breathing. Doing a couple of cat-cows here. So inhale, arch the back, pull the knees back, bend the arms, lift the gaze. And exhale, round everything in. Inhale and arch. Exhale and round. Inhale and arch. Exhale and round. And come back to center. So thank you so much for joining. I'm going to be posting it on my YouTube and hopefully IGTV if my internet allows me. I hope that it helped. Please message me, ask, you know, any questions that you may have. I'd love to help you out anytime, okay? So thank you so much. Namaste, enjoy the rest of your day. Make sure to get Savasana.